Easy, 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 easy. Okay, I don't know what changed, but now I can hear everything. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna mute myself, and then I'm going to eat some breakfast. Alrighty then. Let's rinse off the brush. Gonna mute myself in my ear. Alright. Brush wet. Alright. Let's do this. Okay, I think I'm starting to see the purple forming. Alright. Let that dry again. Gonna mute myself. Just want to check something real quick. Alright, gonna mute myself and gonna take another bite out of breakfast. All right. It's a process. It's a process that will come at, that yields really good results. Come on, get under the lid. There we go. Get the brush wet. Get the color on the brush. Get some of the color on the dry palette. All right, let's let that dry for a minute. Okay. Wet brush. Let's get some more of that Drukari Violet on there. I gotta say, that's actually really genius that Citadel did that. Down on the paint pots, there's that little spot where the paint can rest. The trick with dry brushing is you don't want to rub off too much of the water or too much of what you're trying to dry brush. I just got a letter. I just got a letter. I just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. Oops, sorry. Sorry, that is my biggest issue is not keeping shit on camera. All right. Oh, it's just from Streamlabs. Okay, I think I did enough for that layer. Let's let that dry. Trying to maximize space as much as I can, although I'm not doing a good job of that. All right. But yeah, between stippling layers, I think, if I remember correctly, the guy said about 1 to 2 minutes. You want each layer to get nice and dry so that it starts shining through. There's a net right there, and I can't kill it. Oh! No worries, slime. Anyway, I don't think you heard my earlier question, but what was in your ultimate starter set for 40K? Man, I need to come up with some kind of notification system for when I'm streaming on my phone because I didn't notice that comment came through. My bad. Playmats, rulers, dice, 44 minis, handbook. Oh, nice. Were the minis just like for whatever faction, or were loyalist or chaos? Space Marines and Tyranids, nice. That's one faction I don't think I would want to paint. Not for any particular reason. It's just it's a lot of purple and white, and while that's fine, I think I'd rather stick with, well, I say that as I'm painting salamanders and then eventually going to do what are they called, space wolves and blood angels and necrons, that are just a solid silver color. Okay, I'm not going to apply too much because I think this will be the final layer for the dry brush. Oh yeah, this is already much better than with the first guy. Very proud of myself for how this burned effect is coming out. Looks a little too clean right there. I'm going to try to apply a bit more. looks a little too clean right there. Let's... Alright, let that dry, and now we can move on to the last part of the burn effect. And Slime, what got you into Warhammer? I know for me, I've technically been getting shorts for quite some time from YouTube and just watching some minor lore stuff. But I think ultimately got me into Warhammer, and then 40k was Vermintide got me into Warhammer, and then Space Marine 2 is what sealed the deal for 40k. Saw it online, wanted to try it. Usually how it goes. Get this nice and shooken. Downside is that I'm broke now. Yep, that's Warhammer in a nutshell. I think the biggest issue is that not Warhammer, Citadel basically has monopoly on war minis. So unless someone else comes along and can legitimately be as popular as they are, they're just going to charge whatever the hell they want. Yeah, I know that feeling. Last week I went into the Warhammer shop because I was just wanted to pick up some paints, and then I see some books that I also want to read, so I get those, and then I see a Necron, so I'm like, ooh, do I want to get the Necrons or no? Like, you know what? Screw it, I'll get the Necrons. I get the Necrons, and then I spent $90 just buy a resin printer instead of pirating them. You pirate minis. I can understand the sentiment, but I'm not sure if that's something I would do. I mean, not that Citadel deserves to be held in high regard. They do a lot of... Games Workshop, not Citadel. Games Workshop does a lot of stupid shit. Especially with coming after fan projects. Right, let's... What's the biggest model I have? My Baneblade. I can't show it right now because it's over on the shelf to my left. But yeah, Baneblade. Alright, awesome. Nightquisitorius, that is like one of those really giant mechs that the Imperium uses, right? I'm not surprised it's $160. That's a ton of fucking plastic. Especially with how big they can be. That would be a fun faction to do. My only issue is the coochie of model building. Yeah, yeah. I think I took off too much of that blue. Oh, shit. That's actually a very apt description. And of course, they can do whatever they want because there's really no competition. And there's pirating, but I don't know. I've never felt comfortable with pirating anything. Even if the company deserves it. Because my thought is, even if I'm like sticking it to the company, what about the workers who work for them? It's like they didn't do anything wrong. No, wait, what am I doing? think probably my second biggest model is either the M10 tank destroyer that I still need to build, or my Churchill, which again I still need to build. Wait, what did I put for the description of water? I set that up a while ago. Just pressed a random thing. God, what was that reward? It was under rewards. Some of them I remember. Some of them I do not. Shoot. Is that under channel? No. No, I didn't put a description for that one. Okay. I guess I'll just take a sip of water then. Which I was feeling thirsty anyway, so thank you. Okay. Oh shit, I forgot to get more of the... Soak all that up. How long today? Really, just until these guys are finished. If you mean how long in general, probably just under a year now. Maybe a bit longer. Total, yeah, probably just over a year. 2, 3 years. It's kind of hard to remember. Half year for you, nice. So you're a pretty recent inductee into building. Nice. Orcs are always good. That's another thing I fear about playing the tabletop is I'm going to come across someone playing the orcs and then they're going to have just 5 million die they have to roll. At that point, I'm just, you know what? I surrender. I surrender. Orcs win. Wonder if that's what it's like fighting the Skaven. At least the Skaven have the benefit of just being goobers. My first set was a Devastator squad that I still have yet to paint. Want to combat patrol Space Marines? Do you know what Legion you would paint them as? Not that it matters, just curious. That blue is really having a hard time showing up. That's going to require a lot of layers. Though good luck with that. Those combat patrols, goodness, can be like $200. Most are 100. Oh, you know what? I'm probably misremembering. Because I've bought one combat patrol. 100 to 150. I actually don't remember what the price of my Space Wolves was. I would have liked to have gone the Krieg Combat Patrol, but my shop doesn't sell it anymore. But honestly, most of the stuff that was in there I could probably just buy individually for cheaper. I also hate Citadel pots. I actually kind of think the Citadel... I don't like their price, but I do think they're kind of genius. I like this little spot right there. It's a very good spot for just to get some paint or whatever on there. It also kind of depends, though. It's more the price that annoys me. Like, I remember, I think one time I bought like 5, and it was a ridiculous amount to get base paint. Or I already have base paints. This blue is really having a hard time coming through. This is going to require quite a few layers. Lid crust. Oh, yeah, lid crust. That's definitely a downside. Vallejo Army Painter. Probably cheaper, too. It's actually really the only reason I'm using Citadel color is because just those are the ones the internet shows, and just until I can find alternatives with what was it, Tamiya or other paints. I think I've also heard Vallejo is pretty good for in terms of color and quality, but I don't remember. It could have been a different paint. And plus, then you don't have to go to the very specific shop to get a very specific brand of paint. I think most hobby shops carry Tamiya, Vallejo, and Army Painter. Actually, I don't know about Army Painter. It's been a while since I've been to a proper hobby shop. No worries, take your time. Oh, of course, as I say that. Welcome back. Okay. Carefully slide that over there. Get the brush wet again. Good grief, this is a process. But it's worth it. It's worth getting that burn effect. Just need to figure out how I'm going to apply that to my rhino. think I'm going to need to trade this out. I'm kind of close to just foregoing the blue because this does not want to come through very well. I might have also just not done it right. There's always that plausibility. This is my second time doing a burn effect. Okay, note to self, add purple onto the barrel next time. Well, I think that's as far as I'm going to get it. Oh yeah, that's easily much better than the last one. Both are pretty damn good, though. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. Let's carefully close you. Do not want to drop it. Let's put you there. Rinse that off. Over here. Grab this. Oh no, this is going to highlight that I got glue on the barrel. Oh well. Do that. Sorry that I went quiet. I'm just focusing. It's a process. Also, I ran out of stuff to say. Oh, goodness. Let's get more of that sepia on. Let me move that. I don't trust to not knock it over. I'm getting there. This is another thing that's slowing me down. Just having to constantly dry off. Re-wet. Dry brush. Okay, I think that's the last layer I'm going to apply for that. Let's carefully get oh, that's not good. Okay. God damn it. Okay, I think I know how to do this. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, whew. Ow. Let's just double check that that's cleaned off. You guys start playing something else, Ian?
Not yet, no. I'm just checking something.
Alright, put you there. Get that wet. Absorb it, my pretties, absorb it. Give that shade a moment to dry. Whew. Sorry, I'm more shaking just to kill time and let the first layer dry before I apply the second layer. Ow. Oop, that one fell a little too far back. That's okay. Alright, let that one dry. Whew. Then I shall mute myself so I can eat. Ah, good grief. Alright. Gonna mute myself and gonna eat. All right. Still a little too damp. That one is going to be tossed aside, and hopefully I don't cover this one too fast. Alright, looks like that has dried up. Let's... Okay. Alright, let that dry. I'm probably rushing this because I know how fucking close I am to just being done with it. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like, oh my god, this took forever. It's just in a, oh, I would like to get these done. Okay, I'm gonna let that layer dry, and then I'm gonna see if I need to apply one more, or if that's good enough to just move on. I don't know how it got in there, but all of a sudden, Ailstorm's Drink Your Beer is playing in my head. What is Ailstorm? They are a power metal band. That is, I think it's classified as pirate rock, pirate metal. I'm gonna mute myself and take some more bites out of my food. Okay. Ooh. That actually looks pretty nice. The bottom looks a little mutilated, but I think that's just more because I did not do a good job of cleaning up the bottom when I was gluing it together. But that actually looks really good. I don't think I need another layer. Swan is in the making. Alright, very carefully open that. Let's try that again. I think I got rid of all the water. Oh, no. Alright. Alright, let that dry. Gotta mute myself again real quick. Alright. Alright. Absorb the paint. Or not paint, shade. What's the difference? I think it's just how it affects the paint. The, like, layers and stuff. Alright, move you to the side. Now I want to be careful because I don't want the blue to completely cover up the purple. Because with burn effects, it goes darkest to lightest. Before I start the next strip, I'm going to need to blow my nose. Good grief. Okay. I don't know why my shoulder's starting to hurt. Oh, excuse me. What the hell? Oh, sorry. That snuck up on me. I didn't have enough time to mute it. Alright, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to figure out if that needs a few more coats. That blue is struggling to want to come out. So this is probably going to require a few more layers. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna bring up the be right back screen, and I'm gonna go blow my nose. All right, I blew my nose. I think I'm just cursed to be stuffy today. All right. All right.
Do you mind if I use the microwave real quick?
Go ahead. that blue is slowly coming through. I'm starting to wonder if I might be rubbing off too much of the, what was it called again? Drakenhof. Because it just does not want to come out. So let's try this instead. Let's... obviously need that layer to dry, so that's going to dry first. Then once that layer dries, I will try rubbing off less of the nightshade and see what results come of that. Because it's entirely possible that I am rubbing off too much of the shade. Don't mind Ocean, he's just microwaving some leftovers. Okay. Alright. Alright. I'll let that layer dry. And hopefully that's the last one I need. Because I'm on a bit of a time limit. And I'd like to get this done before 2, or 1. Mostly 2. The blue especially did not want to come through on this one. It's going to take a bit longer because that was a pretty heavy layer that I put on there. Oh. Good grief. All right. I think that's... Ooh. That came out a bit better, but I covered up a little too much of the purple, I think. Especially on the side. Yeah, especially on the sides. I don't know how well that's showing up on the... Come on, focus. Yeah, it's not showing up very well on the camera. All right. Well, I'll just have to do it more and get better at it. That's all there is to it. But there you have it. Three Sons of Vulcan, ready for action. Let me... Took 15 episodes, a lot of paint, and a dropped shoulder pauldron in a paint pot. But yeah, that'll do it for these proud Sons of Vulcan. Into the fire, unto the anvil. And that'll be it for the entirety of the Eradicator squad. If you watched this while it was live, I appreciate you stopping on by. If you watched this after the fact and have archive footage, I also appreciate it. Just give me a minute to take everything down, and then literally a moment late, not too much longer later, I will start up with a stream for Persona 3 Reload. If you like to stick around for that, stick around for that. If not, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, wherever the heck, or whatever the heck it is you are. And yeah, I don't have anything else to say. So with that, this is the time to all my streams. As always, I hope you enjoyed.